Hey, welcome to another episode of Irreverent Meals with me, Kristen, Rodgers. If you know me and if you follow me on social media, good for you, number one. Number two, if you don't follow me on social media, that's weird that you're being able to see me. But what I mean is, if you don't follow me on Instagram, head over to Irreverent Health and follow me there. I have some stories and some additional tips and tricks regarding nutrition that you might find helpful. And if you don't like it, then unfollow me. But start with following me. That'd be great. Today, I have been sick for the past few days. Not super sick, but sick enough to where, still trying to get the stuff out. So today I'm gonna do an Italian wedding soup that is so stupid simple. It's dumb. It's dumb how simple this is. And it's really clean because I just need the stuff out of my body. I did make one modification to the recipe that I found on Pinterest. So shout out to the Optavia team for creating a great recipe that was super simple. The thing that we're gonna do, it just requires chicken bone broth, not regular broth, not stock. Chicken bone broth. Hey Kim, my sister's on. Yummy in your tummy. This is gonna be good for you. Chicken bone broth. And then the other thing is CB supplements, which I already put it away. What was I thinking? CB supplements, collagen powder. So I'm trying to repair my gut and trying to make it to where all of the things that I'm feeding it naturally are bioavailable in my system. And so I'm gonna combine part of the CB supplements, and I'll tell you how in just 1 second. So all I've done is I have a pot of bone broth, and again, chicken bone broth. If you look on the nutrition on the back of it, it'll say that it has about 50 calories and about between 5 to 7, let's see, what is it? 10 grams of protein. So this little guy has 10 grams of protein. The reason that we're doing that is because we want to not only nourish our bodies with food, but also help build them back up. So that's why we're doing bone broth versus chicken stock. So that is simmering. In a bowl, I have combined ground beef and a little bit of, about a quarter cup of Parmesan cheese, just under a quarter cup, a little bit, about like a quarter teaspoon of salt, and then I don't have Italian seasoning, so I made my own with basil, fennel, oregano, and cumin. If you're Italian and that is like offensive to you, my apologies. But you divide that in half, and that's what I mixed up with 1 egg into this bowl. Now, here's the cool part. With Italian wedding soup, it normally has pasta, so we're gonna exchange the pasta for cauliflower rice, and I'm using the frozen kind, and I have already just like portion sized it out here. The recipe, by the way, that's there is for I'm a single person, and I've been spending a lot of money trying to do food in portion sizes that are not relevant to me. So I am paring this down a little bit, but I'm gonna show you what this looks like. So cauliflower rice, for me, it's 1/2 cup of cauliflower rice, 1 full cup of cauliflower rice, and then 1 full cup of spinach that we'll use later on. With these guys, I wanted to show you. So to make Italian wedding soup, you normally have meatballs, right? Meatballs, it's helpful when you're cooking them if they're equitable in size. And so I used an ice cream scoop. Do you see how big this ice cream scoop is? And do you see like portion size, if you're on the 5-in-1, this is a little under 5 ounces of meat, right? But if you do this instead and make them little meatballs, look how many more it looks like. And think about how much easier that is to eat. So what I did was I took one ice cream scooper, which this is just a kitchen tool. If you don't have one, I would get like 3 different sizes because they're really helpful to have around. It makes them all the same size, right? I can do that, and I can make 1 big ball, only 1 joke tonight, and then, or I can make 2 little balls, 2 jokes, but not intentionally. So 2 meatballs there. So I'm gonna use the rest of that meat for something else for me, but for right now, I've got these little meatballs, and I'm gonna put them in a simmering, in a smart way. I'm gonna scoop them into this simmering bone broth, and I'm gonna cook them for about 5 minutes. Now the rest of this, I'm going to just tell you what I'm gonna do because I don't think you wanna wait around for me to cook the rest of this. Hold on, Kim is saying something. That's so much food, I love it. It really does. Portion sizes, that's why I love that you said that. Hold on, let me just get the balls into the liquid here. All right. So once those balls are in the liquid, they should cook for about 5 minutes. And then what we'll do is we'll add the extra bone broth. So for me, that's 1 more serving size. And then I'll let it simmer for about another 5 minutes, and then I'll add the cauliflower rice and the seasoning, and then I'll add the spinach and let it wilt, and it's done. So what have I got? I've got extra lean protein, I've got collagen, I've got vegetables, and I've got deliciousness that's gonna go in my tummy. So that's pretty great. But portion sizes, really quickly. I do this often. Standard American size of a plate is this right here, right? That's what we fill up. I don't know where this came from. It just kept getting bigger and bigger. Think of how big that is and how much your body would have to digest if you did that all the time, right? That's really hard on it. If you're on the 5-in-1, we're practicing portion sizes. So that's why Dr. Anderson talks about a 9-inch plate. That's why it's really important. You know, when we fill that up with leafy greens and other things around our plate, it makes our bodies are able to digest the amount of nutrition that we're putting inside it. Our eyes have gotten all out of whack as to what a good portion size is for our body and what it actually needs. And so plate size is a really helpful little simple trick that you can use to portion out. So in the liquid right now, these little guys are starting to cook down. I'll show you one. So you kind of want them to look like this guy, but on both sides before you pour in the other. So you can see, oh, well, that's not a very good example, is it? It looks like it's cooking through. So they've probably been in there for, what do you guys think? A couple of minutes at least? Yeah. Does anyone have any questions? So I'm making Italian wedding soup, sorry. I'm gonna see if I can wait and actually pour this stuff in here. Making Italian wedding soup, making a couple modifications to the original recipe in order to help not only make it nutrition for our bodies, but help make that nutrition bioavailable to us. So one thing is I'm adding bone broth, and I'm taking away some of the lean that was in the original recipe and exchanging that for some of the bone broth because it's gonna help repair our guts when we pair it with collagen. And again, I use CB Supplements collagen because it's the best and it's really affordable because the guy who owns it is really awesome, and that's what he wanted to do for people, is to make it really accessible and available and financially doable. So you can go to their Instagram or ask me and I'll totally link you to the website. Okay, let's assume that this is already done, and I'm gonna add the rest of the bone broth because we're gonna do this made for TV style. I just realized, or made for Facebook. All right, and then I'm gonna add the rest of the seasoning in there with it. And then I'm gonna add the cauliflower rice, which, again, I use the frozen and my finger. Gross, right? Whatever, get messy. And then I'll add this in just a few minutes. But what I'm getting is a really big pot of meatballs and cauliflower rice and spinach. So no one has any questions. I'm gonna wait for like 2 more seconds. Any questions? Any suggestions? Oh, okay. For the 2 of you who are watching, one question. I was thinking about making a zoodle mac and cheese with, it's kind of a vegan style, but pumpkin. Would that be something, can you give me a thumbs up if that's something that you think you would like? Or a thumbs down if it's not? Again, that didn't sound so great, but it's essentially, I'm trying to figure out a pumpkin mac and cheese that's 5-in-1 compliant, that's great for if you're on keto or whole 30 or whatever. It would cover all the things. But, oh, Brenda, thank you. Hi. Brenda's a new coach. I'm excited. Pumpkin mac and cheese. Kim, are you questioning it? Does that not sound good? Give me a little feedback. What do you think? Although you're the fastest typer ever, so I know you can type. Would you guys be into a zoodle pumpkin mac and cheese? If not, that's okay. You said pumpkin and mac, and that's amazing. Okay, perfect. That's great. Okay, so to recap, if you haven't already subscribed to the Irreverent Health YouTube channel, head over to the Irreverent Health YouTube channel by going to YouTube, typing in Irreverent Health, and then hitting the little subscribe button and the little bell. I download these videos, and at some point in the near future, I'm gonna put some edited content on there that will only be available on the YouTube channel, not on the Facebook page. When I say soon, Donna Rivera, Melody, I need your help with that. But Also, follow me on Instagram. I would really love to share with you some of the stuff that I'm learning regarding nutrition and fitness and mental health, all of those things. Again, it's Irreverent Health. Okay? Hope you have, oh, is it on the 5-in-1? Yes, it's on the 5-in-1. What I'm doing on Facebook Lives is 5-in-1 compliant for anyone who's in Optavia. So, great question. Who else can cook like a boss and look as cute as you? Only your sister tells you nice things like that. That's really great. All right, I hope you guys have a great night. Happy hump day. See you later. Bye.